Everyone, Jeff here. So check out this Amano shrimp right there. And notice its belly. What the hell is that? At least that was the question I was asking myself when I first noticed it. Because I wasn't sure. I thought it might be some kind of fungus or disease or something. I don't know a lot about shrimp, and I've only had these Amano shrimp for, is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? I forget, but I bought these from Aquatics recently, and I didn't do any quarantining. I just put them straight into this tank. Like all my fish, I would quarantine and treat them with the Aquarium Co-op recommended medication trio of ICX, erythromycin, and general cure. You know, for all my fish, but I didn't do anything for the shrimp, and I don't know if those medications would. I don't think they really apply to shrimp, and if there's something else that could be done. But I know that like cherry shrimp or neocaridina shrimp can get like green fungus, some kind of green fungus disease, and that would, you know, appear under their belly like that. So when I first saw this shrimp with that, I was kind of freaked out by it. It looks, you know, kind of gross. And, you know, I've had neocaridina shrimp. I have them in my 3.5 gallon, and I can recognize when they're berried. Berried is in having, you know, eggs in its in its belly, and it's, you know, I can clearly recognize them as eggs. But for these Amano shrimp, I think Amano shrimp are caridina shrimp. I'm not familiar. I don't know what they look like. So, and just the color of it, the first thought was like that green fungusy disease. But I did do a little research, and I looked up and saw some videos and looked just like that. So that is actually, you know, a mono shrimp version of being berried. So those are eggs, and this is the biggest Amano shrimp in here, and, you know, clearly it's a female. But the thing about these Amano shrimp is the babies will not, you can't raise them in freshwater. You know, and this is a freshwater tank with guppies, antler guppies, or guppy antler hybrids mostly. I guess it needs to be in salt water to raise Amano shrimp babies. So even though she's pregnant or berried, the babies won't survive. I believe they can be born, but they won't survive, and, you know, basically what will happen is they'll just end up being food for all the fish in here. So, you know, I got these Amano shrimp, you know, for the purpose of, I wanted them to clean up the hair algae, and you can see all this hair algae, and there's still some all over, and I'm not really noticing that they've done much to, if anything at all, to clean up the hair algae, so I'm kind of disappointed about that. However, as you can see, she's working on this Anubias. They did clean up the Anubias leaves, before I got them, several of these Anubias leaves were covered with like what I think was green spot algae or some type of algae. I think it was green spot algae, but it ended up pretty much covering like entire leaves with like a green, like fuzzy, velvety kind of texture, I guess, that just covered the entire leaves. So now they have cleaned them up. So maybe they, are still working on the hair algae, but like I said, it's been a disappointment that I was really figuring that they would do better than they're doing. I did buy 10 when I received them. They might have been 11 or even 12 in the bag when I bought them. There was definitely at least 10, I think 11 or 12. Just when it was hard to count them because they were all scurrying around inside and hard to see if I'm counting the same ones twice. But since I put them in this tank, I've seen as many as 8 at a time that I've been able to count and identify. So whether I haven't been able to find them all as I'm trying to count them, or if any died, they were all alive upon arrival. When I showed my unboxing video, I was kind of concerned about that, just being that it's so hot here in Las Vegas, and I wasn't sure if they were supposed to be held at the post office, and just the tracking listed as if it was out for delivery. So whether it actually went out on, or they went out on delivery on the mail truck that day. Well, whatever. They did all arrive alive. So if any have died since they've been in here, I mean, I haven't found any dead bodies. And I've seen some like molted exoskeletons, but I won't be able to count. See as many as 8 at a time, but this one is the biggest, and she's seems to be the most active, and I guess that's because she's pregnant, she has a big appetite. But yeah, so it does, I mean, the area of the body, that where the eggs are, that's similar, pretty much the same as Caridina shrimp, but they definitely look a lot different. They just look, just the color is kind of a greenish brownish, just kind of looks like dirty gunk. But I mean, I'm relieved to know that is actually the reason, because she's buried in, it's like she fans the eggs. Like, I wasn't sure if that was, when I saw her doing that, I thought it was just like, it was just an irritation of like fungus or something. So, but I'm relieved to know that it's not a disease. That's Amano shrimp eggs. So yeah, relieved about that, but I am disappointed that they're not doing as good a job as I would have expected with the hair algae. And I can see some little strands here coming off the Rickia in here. A couple of Rickia fluitans floating up there, but most of it is all like in the Java moss. But then check out the jungle bell. So it is starting to grow upwards. Like before, it wasn't growing up. I mean, I was glad that it sent runners, and this wasn't from the original plant. This is a runner that came off, and now it's growing upwards. And this one is growing up nice and tall. Or I guess it can grow up as high as the tank and even higher, this being a 10-gallon tank. But it's nice that it is growing upward, because it's bigger than it was. Over here, got a runner in the corner that's starting to grow upwards, so that's good. And there's 3 big females in here that should be having babies pretty soon. They're just getting harassed like crazy. It's like too many males compared to the females. So I'm actually going to try something. I've never used a breeder box. I think I'm gonna use that for this female probably right here. She should be having babies any day now, as long as she doesn't beat me to it. I placed another order with Doctors Foster's and Smith, and I'm gonna do make an unboxing video. So once I do that, in that order, I bought a breeder box. So I'm gonna once I unbox it, I'm gonna take the breeder box. I'm gonna put her in it. For one, to give her a break from the males harassing her, and I also want to see how many babies she'll have, because whenever my live bearers have babies, they can have 30, 50 or more. I usually only see just a few, because however many get eaten. But I'm curious to see if I put her in a breeder box how many babies she'll have. And she's pretty big, so maybe 50 or more. Again, as long as she doesn't beat me to it, because I'm not going to probably going to have to wait till tomorrow to do the unboxing of that. But yeah, alright. Well, that's it for now. And in case you didn't already know, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies, and I enjoy kitties. Thanks for watching.